Hi all, happy Saturday. We're back here in our journal. It's coming along. Mine is coming along. I'm getting there. So I'll do a flip soon. Plus, I was just getting through another chunk of it so that we can just have a session where I'm gonna go back through and just add stamps and add some of the stuff that's been coming in that I've gotten to work in my journal. So I figure we'll have a one of those sessions where we kind of go in and go back and sort of backtrack through the pages and, you know, kind of assess some of our collages, which is because, I said some of them I'm just moving through and I was doing pages, but I wanted to go back and put things on them. So as like this came in, it was a series of books that looked like this. It was a collection of them. They're supposed to be like old sort of Chinese medicine remedies and stuff, booklets. So I ordered this. They finally came. They were on a slow boat. But and this is one of the pages out the back of them. So I'll be using these in my collage. But I definitely thought I would use it in, is this two? Oh, look how they did a double, the two ply. I didn't realize that it was two together like that. I thought it was a little thick for this type of Kozo paper or Gompi. This is probably Gompi. Oh, so we have another layer, something I can play with. Okay, alrighty. So we're going to use some tea bags. I want to use this. So I just kind of pulled together a collection of stuff. These are a collection of Asian stamps that I got a while back, a few years back now. They're original stamps. They haven't been postmarked. So I think I'm going to play with one of those on there. And this is, you guys who've been following me over on my Patreon or also on my Instagram at Rare Birds. And the links are always below this video in the descriptions if you want to kind of hang out with me on other platforms. I've been doing a lot of eco dyeing. In fact, I'm just obsessed. Since the weather is nice, I can get out. I just can lay them out there. They dry in the sun. So this is a what do you call it? Piece of onion skin. Of course, you can use tracing paper. I just have a lot of onion skin, so I use it. But, I use, you can use your tracing paper. We've talked about that before. Or thin paper substitutes. Or heck, you can just even use photocopy paper because it comes out beautifully either way. And then this is also a bit of a print that I had already used a bit of it. And then this is on onion skin as well. So I'm going to play around with this combination. What I like about this one, this is just like, reminds me of like a mountain, and this sort of silver moon. And then this sort of larger, even like the morning, how like the moon is going away and the sun is coming out. But then it has this sort of lightning streak kind of, it's real mystical, And it could even be like the pyramids of Egypt. I don't know, but this is going to be Mount Fuji for me in this spread. But yeah, just how things are just naturally staining. I didn't try to make it do this, but I love it. It's just like a beautiful little landscape picture in itself. So we're going to use that. And I've really been inspired. I've been working on my my June printables, and so I'm just using a lot of my stained papers in them. So it's kind of like the rust staining, and I'm just sort of showing you a little bit of what I've been kind of printing out. So I thought I would do a combination of the rust staining and my jelly prints, of which, I've got a ton of them. So I've gone through my collection to sort of figure out which ones really work with this echo staining. So I'm just playing with them now, but this is a bit of what the series is going to look like. Look at that yummy rust stain. With the jelly prints. And this is that stamp that everybody always loves that I have here, but never been able to find another one. But if I could find a stamp maker, this one's got paint on right now, I would have this one put in reproduction because that one is a goodie. But so I'm just playing. These are some of my jelly prints. I'm just going to do the jelly prints with the staining. This is the jelly print. So something like this will be a part of the next month's collection, but it's going to be also just pages where I'll just have, I'll show you. So I'll have a number of pages in there just like this. So it's just staining so that you guys can use them on onion skin tracing paper, and you can just build up, because you guys have been doing some really incredible things with the papers and your collages. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. You guys have been tagging me on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram and you're putting things up, tag me there. Or also you can tag me on Pinterest, because we have Pinterest boards over there, Gelli lovers, and also the past books to distant places. So either, and then there's also one just books, Art Mythos books. So if you follow me on Pinterest under my name, Robin McClendon, you'll see the boards. Some of them I'm giving collaborative rights. So you just have to, you know, email me and ask me to connect you on the board. Give me your Pinterest name. And then you can start putting stuff up over there, or tag me on Instagram, you know, and let me see what you put up, and I'll come over and comment and love and like. So then there'll be a few that are like this, with, you know, sort of like a lot of different pieces of my Gelli prints, and then they can go together with some that are just plain. But you guys have been really liking the printables, and I thank you so much for really enjoying them, because I love making them. And it's a way for me to share my vast collection of papers with you guys. So this is one. This one I'm doing a second series, so probably in July's printables, I'll have more of the blacks and the creams. This one I'm doing the rust papers, the rust and coffee stains. But I think I'm gonna do the mild tea and this collection. Although there's gonna be a little bit of this collection over in there. But anyway, let's get started. So the way I want to put this on here is I'm just barely getting it on here. If I do the full page like that, I think this is going to go from top to bottom. I'm not going to have that little border, because I don't want to miss any of it. So this will go over here like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip this one right on in between. Oh, right in between these two bits right here. And so this will kind of, so if we put this one over here, like top to bottom like that, then this one's going to come over here. Oh, I love it. I think I'm going to separate it by this some kind of way. Maybe flip it like this. Put this over here. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Oh. Okay, so let's get this down. So I'm going to definitely, this is the edge of the page there. So I'm going to mark, well, it's actually going to take almost the whole thing up. So let's just glue up the entire page. I really think I should be using, let me just use this right now. I really think I should be using this glue, but it takes a little bit longer for it to dry. So let's just go with this one. Let's see if I can get a really good thing going on here. So how's it been going for everybody? Hanging in there? Enjoying time in the studio? Getting a lot of work done? A lot of inspiration? I know I am. The crazy thing about it, with being in even more, and not, because normally I would have already traveled, been out of the country about 2 or 3 times, at least 2 times I was planning. During this lockdown period, I would have already been gone a couple of times, but 3 times to be exact now that I think about it. Well, coming up, it would be 3 times in June, and that's all canceled. But So that alone, I've been in the studio more because I haven't been ripping and running the globe. And I tell you, I have more ideas, and I swear I've started more projects that I've wanted to do over time and haven't been able to. So now it's like getting to the place of finishing the projects, like getting to a, feel like getting to a finish point on them, you know? How you start things, you got something here and something here. That's how I feel. But, where's my bone folder? So, I'm anticipating to start getting the finishes on a lot of the projects. Okay, so I'm gonna take my glitter glue and just get this, which is, you know, it's just a PVA. So if you have a PVA, that's what I'm using here, just to grab these corners. Alrighty. And then on this edge, I feel like, oh, it's sticking better than I thought. I feel like it really wasn't sticking good, but it's surprising me. It's doing a good job. Alrighty. Alright, so that on there. Oh, love it. So let's go ahead and rip this off the bottom. Here's the edge of the page. Okay. Right, so far so good. Oh, love the simplicity of this. And then let's go ahead and get this down. Same thing. I'm just going to rip a bit of this edge off because I think it's a little bit too much since we're going to also be overlaying. So let's go ahead and just get our little marks here. And get the glue going on here. I'll have to figure out exactly what I'm doing here. First of all, let's get myself organized. I have stuff everywhere. Okay. So, no, I need to put this here. Because ideally, you could put it on the paper, but you know, the thin paper just curls up so much. No need to do that to ourselves. So it's harder to handle, so I try to always put my glue on the most stable surface. You guys have heard me say that before, but that's the theory. When you're gluing, try to put the glue on the surface is going to be the most stable, and then you get a better adhesion. And alrighty, you're less likely to, you know, sort of mess things up. Kind of way I got an over. How did I get that there? Talk about messing things up. Let's see. Alrighty. Well, I'll be covering the top of that up some kind of way. Because I got like a little smudge. Oh well. Let me lift this up because this down here needs a little bit more glue. The reason why I got that smudge is because these, I have a inkjet, and when these, especially the what do you call this? I can't even think. The onion skin. Oh my goodness, Robin. The onion skin paper, sometimes they bleed a little more easily. So when I use them in collages, I do have to seal them a lot of times I'll do a matte spray seal on it before I get started. Of course, in my collage book like this, I'm really haven't been, but like if I were working these to collages, you know, like an artwork kind of thing. Oh, I can cover that up by doing it like this. Looky there. Okay. I'm going to tear the bottom of this off. I would definitely spray seal these with a matte seal before I started using them. I'm going to stagger it anyway. And I like that there. Okay. Let's just glue that down. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. It's all good though. Let's get these corners good. That's the main thing. Okay, let's put this down. Sort of like that. So that's why I always use another piece of paper, and that's what I should have done because I know they have a tendency to run when things are a little wet, and just smooth it down. That way you can rub it as much as you want there without messing it up. Okay, like that. So far so good. Oh, love it. Okay, so now I kind of want to use a bit of, that's what I'll do. I'll use a bit of that. Let me just see what I'm doing here. Let me see. I'll go ahead and tear this. You know how I like to use my brush. So I'll just take and squirt a little bit of water onto the top here and just use my paintbrush. And this paper is particularly strong, I've noticed, in trying to tear it out the book, which is good. So you really want to wet this up in order to, it's going to be so much easier to tear it, letting the fibers get absorbed with some water than not. In fact, what I think I'll do is just sort of run this crease right through water. That's even easier because this paper can really take it. Move this out the way before I'm messing something up. So see how, I don't know if you can see the water. It's really just sort of laying there still, but it's starting to absorb through. And see how easy it tears, because otherwise, if I were to try to tear it, it's like, oh, it's just tearing a little easier. Oh, I know why, because it was 2-ply. But it just tears, you get this feathered edge, which is just really beautiful. Let me see. So I think, let me just get this edge off of it as well and see what I want to use of it. See, I'm just kind of running the fold through this little water that I sprayed on the top of this ink cap. There. Maybe put this piece down there like that. I like that. And the same thing, I just take a little bit of water on this. This is like one of those tea bags. This is like a fresh tea bag that if you're going to make your own tea yourself, I buy these on Amazon. I can leave the link for them if you haven't seen them before, but yeah. So that could kind of go there like that. So I'll put that over there, let that sort of dry out. And this right here could kind of go like that. So something like that. Because this is translucent too, so we're going to be able to see. Be able to see through it. Let me just go ahead and get a little bit of this off. I want a straight edge there. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Let's go ahead and put that down. So yeah, I'm loving this vintage antique. This vintage antique. You can see I'm excited. This vintage Japanese papers. Okay. So let's see. Let's put this down. Sort of like that, yeah. So I can still see my little lightning bolt coming through. Ah, love it. That just sucks down so nicely. And then on this side, let's go ahead and put this here. So it kind of extends this line of the page that I had going without, you know, because I kind of jogged it like that. So without it being too, you know, you can still see through it. Still translucent. I also jelly print on these. I don't think I have any close by that I could show easily, but I also jelly print on these tea bags. Yep, they really are cool. So that just sort of disappears, but at the same time, it gives us a little something there. And let's see what else. I really just love the simplicity of this. I can tell you I'm not going to be doing a whole lot to it because I really just like the way, I'll take that little strip, just how easy and just beautiful it is in its simplicity, you know? Sometimes more is good, and then sometimes less is best. You have to go with the flow as you're creating. This, look at that little strip, just fits there perfectly. If I had tried to cut it myself. I know I'm going to put the stamps on, so we still have that to do. I'm kind of feeling like, believe it or not, I feel like I'm done. Oops. Cleaning up, right? Kind of like as a way to sort of figure out what I want to do, and then I'm making a mess. This is pretty. Doesn't go though. It doesn't go. So let me see, what else do I have? I know I'm gonna do so I have these stamps here. And I like them because it sort of has this mountain, you know, Asian mountain and water scene. So I felt like I wanted to use one of these for sure. So let me just, so I wanted to use one of those, but also, let me see, let's pull these out. This is yummy too. See what I want to use here. And then of course I love these. Ugh. How beautiful, right? Just so simple. I just like it there like that. I think that one is going to be done, the end. Let's see what I do over here. These are pretty too. Oh, I love these stamps. Let me see. This. They're all a little different. I don't exactly want to cover up my lightning streak, but I do like that they're like that. I don't know. I don't want two. I don't like the two thing. I like that one. I think these stamps need to be grunged up just a little bit. Or do I want this one? Let's see. Maybe this one, because it kind of is different than that one. My original vibe was to use this one. I'm going to do that one. That's perfect. You know, it gives them both sort of a different look. Let me see. That's over there. So it kind of makes it look like, you know, two different stamps versus the script and the script. And then I like the way this is pouring down on the other side of it. And I like just seeing this text coming through like that, this sort of simple sort of landscape scene. I want to be careful too, though. I want to grunge this up some, but I don't want it to look, you know, too much. So let me get my my pad out here. This one I'm fine with because that has like the little gray edges. And I'm not even going to do the cancellation. To me, this is just like a pretty, just yummy piece of art. I know I could do more, but I don't feel like I want to do more. I feel like, I mean, it is mail art, so we have to stick with our theme. So we put that up there. I just feel, you know what? I'm going to go with my gut. I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm not going to overdo it. I just feel like I want this simplistic sort of feel to it all. And let's get this. So let's just go with what we feel, right? Okay. So kind of spreading this out a little bit so it doesn't. Like that. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll put it up so you guys can see it closer. See, what a yummy little stamp. And then I don't know. I just like the simplicity of it. Like I know that we have this empty space there, but the only thing I could figure out that I would possibly fill it up with would be some of my scripting, and I don't even know that I want to do that. So while I'm deciding, let's go. Oh, this I wanted to do. That's right. I do want to grunge this up a little bit. So I have a little bit of this the color that I like. So let me just reactivate it. That's a little bit too yellow. Why is that so yellow? Let me see. Let me see. Okay, good. Just knocking it back just a little bit. Got to be careful with this stuff, you know? Just wanted to get rid of this white edge on the stamp. That part I wasn't crazy about. Okay. Just a little bit. Oh, so much better. So you guys know how I just take the distressed And a little bit of, this was gathered twigs that I used. So it's just brown enough, but not too dark. A little bit of water, activate it, and then smudge it on. And then we just get that really gentle, that little gentle staining. Almost the way, you know, come on, let's focus. You know, the way things do when they really do age. They're not, oh, come on, camera. But sometimes I bring it really there, close up and then down. Well, now you really can't see the staining. It's kind of, my lights are sort of blasting it out, but you get the idea. You can see that it's subtle, so. A sneeze. Excuse me. Allergies. I was out in the garden last night, too. Because here in Arizona, you know, don't forget about doing anything in the middle of the day, even this time of year. Like back east, I know you guys can start your spring gardens about now. Not here. Let me see what time. This is still, yeah, this is still like, a lot of times back east, you can't even start your gardens now. Sometimes I wasn't able to start mine until like the beginning of June or late May. I mean, you'd start your seedlings, but get anything in the ground, you still had that late May frost that could get you. But here, if you don't have things in the ground, you can forget it. They're going to be blasted out by the time late June. It's like I have my tomatoes, my peppers and everything are in the ground now. And they're like huge because, you know, they already started growing. Okay. I love that. You see how just knocking it back a bit is now like not so white, and it looks better to me in the collage. And the only other thing I would think about doing, and I don't know if I have any, I could use some of my scripting like in this area just a bit, but no, not those. Let me see. I have my file of stuff right here. I may just come back to this one because I don't want to mess it up. Because I have an idea if I used something what it would be, but I don't know if I have. One other place. This is what I'm thinking about, but I think I would need to make a photocopy of it because it's on thicker paper than I would want. This is what I was kind of thinking. Like maybe just a strip of this in you know, onion skin. So I'm gonna hold off on that. We're gonna stop. And then when we go to catch things up, which we're gonna do with some of the other pages, I may come back and I'll have the perfect thing that I can think about putting there. But I don't feel like I have it now. And I like it the way it is. And so I've learned, you know what my rule is? You know, collage up to like, you know, it's my, you know, my 10% rule. Always feel free to stop your collage, your artwork, your jelly print, whatever you're doing. You can stop it like, you know, within 10% of being done. Like, you know, you're feeling good about it. You like it. You know, like I really like this. Now, I may come back like this side. I don't see myself touching unless I get the perfect cancellation stamp that I could put in this area. But since I don't have it, I'm not going to do it. You know, I still am looking for different cancellation stamps. So if I see the perfect one, I may use it there. Otherwise, I'm not. Because I like this. Over here, I like it too. I may want to put something in there. And like I said, if anything, I would use some of my script. and just do it on some onion skin so it's pretty translucent, and maybe put it across there. But I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna observe my own rule. I'm gonna stop at 10% of being done. And I could be stopping at 98%, so 2% of being done. I don't know yet. I just thought what I'm gonna do. See? You give yourself a minute. I'm going to use my white. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my white, what is this? Liquitex titanium white ink. That's going to be perfect on here because it's going to give me, I'm going to do some drama. I'm going to do a big script, but it's going to be white, and it'll just lay on here, and it'll still have this beautiful print in the background, but it'll just pop on top of here. See? Sometimes you just got to take a minute and think about it, decide what you're going to do, and I am going to do it. Let me get my brush. The brush that we were using last week, and so many of you decided that you like that brush, you wanted to try it, and at $25, I'm telling you, I'll put the link below again for this Medicine brush. And Tracy, I think he put a 15% coupon on when I put the video up. He said, "Oh, you can put a 15% coupon up." I'm like, oh, okay, so I did put the 15% coupon up, so look for it. But this brush is $25. This is the small orange synthetic. I love, love, love it. It's what I've been doing a lot in my thin scripting with, and so this is going to give me just what I want. So let's play with it on a piece of yes. Yep, that's what we want. Haha, I'm so glad I looked up and saw my, you can see I'm happy. Right? Okay. I feel like I need to stand up. Get this right. So I kind of want to just lay the paint. What I like about this paint is that it's see, it's so beautiful. It's like translucent at the same time. We have some color down there. So it wasn't going to put like really a lot of bold. It's just going to kind of give me a translucent layer over our print, so we still see it. And so many of you responded positively to wanting to do the scripting webinar. So I'm going to get that together. Oh, look at that. See, so this is going to actually start. Let me see, pull it up where you can see it. It's going to blend into the background as it dries. We're still going to get that beautiful, subtle scripting. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Because I wanted something in that area, but nothing that was too obtrusive, you know? Okay. So I'm going to stop there because I like it. We don't need any more. We've done what we've come to do. And that's just to have a very subtle, and as it dries, it's going to bleed the paper just a little bit. You see how it's starting to just, see, it's just that nice, subtle yumminess. All right. So we're done. I like that. Okay. Alrighty. So that's it. Oh boy. Yummy. So yeah, I'll put the link for this brush again down there. It's $25 and then 10% off, 15% off is a good deal. I love this. And if you want to do those of you said, yeah, you wanted to do the scripting class, well, then this would be a good one to just go ahead and have, because you'll be able to work with this really nicely and easily, and should get some really, really cool results. So there we have it. Love you guys. If you like the video, please thumbs it up. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Come back and hang out with us. Great group of creators over here on this channel. And I love you all. And take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.